Okay. Indeed it is. Okay. So, let me start today. Theory, mind. It's kind of like your laboratory. Body, kind of like a gymnasium. Okay. Now they both have a kind of relationship. One, for example, we have this and we have this. So it's essentially like the image of the cross. Okay. And you have a center, you have a circle. What I'm doing right here is with the fire water changes. Okay. Or conversely, you have a rotation going one way, and then all of a sudden you have an equal opposite rotation. All right. One way here, this is establishing the center in relation to itself. The opposite motion establishes the center in relationship to itself, and all of a sudden then there are variations that are possible around it. Boom. And the center is the center. Okay. So, there's a variety of different ways of kind of looking at things. If you just, the gymnasium time is important, but I can go to the gym and lift and get muscle down, but maybe I get stiff. Okay. Or conversely, I can just float off in theory or philosophy. So it's Aikido in that way is kind of, let's say, just a kind of a demanding thing because it's really both. And okay. Cliff, anything you might add to that, or before I got a presentation, so
no, Sensei, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I would say is, okay, now we have basic motion. Okay. Basic motion. Boom. Sword cut, Bokken cut, whatever you want to call it. Now, let's look at some models for it. Okay. I'm going to switch to a regular Bokken, but I'm using this right now. There's an up, there's a down, and that establishes a center where things start to, right? Up, down. Okay, now you can get caught up in the up and the down, but up and down establish a center. Okay. Up and down establish a center. Lately, we've been working a pattern. Relax completely. The weight goes underside. Energy starts to flow. Now, the flowing of the energy requires a center. It's kind of a wave action here. Now, see, it's easy to kind of get caught up in the up and the down, or even sort of trying to mimic the up and the down out there. But the feeling is boom. Boom. Establishing the balance of this and that. Boom. So really, it's not just the down force, it really is boom. At that. Boom. Boom. When you establish the center, Ki has an avenue to move. Boom. And it's focused. The up, down movement of the Ki, the flow, boom. It's focused around that one point. Boom. Boom. So really I'm saying up and down in balance. I get too caught up in what's up here, the philosophy or conversation, I just get caught up in the gymnasium. without any sort of design at all. Okay. So that's a model. Cliff, anything you might want to add before we get up and swing a bit?
No, I'm just, I really like the emphasis on balance, because I think even I put too much emphasis on the down, right? Because that's like, I am cutting with my sword, right? So
up there, down. I'm getting some exercise, and I'm kind of getting a part of it. But Congress, like, get a little too drifty. Now I'll say, okay, now I get them to balance out there. Boom. The up and the down allow an energy to flow. This kind of unifies it. Boom, the up and the down and the flow, boom. Relax completely the weight underside. Energy starting to organize and move, or flow, key flow, whatever you want to call it. Boom. We have that. Okay. Okay, so we thought we'd do. Start out with, there's an up, there's a down. Really, the down continues. It doesn't stop at your heart. It's way deep. Relax completely, the weight settles underside. But see, the balance establishes a center. And without the balance, the energy, a lot of times gets too diffuse or too tense. All right, so we go like this, and boom. Up, down, boom, establishing the center, which is the unification of the up and the down. Boom. And that flow going out through it. So we have a little bit of a model, a theory, library, laboratory, gymnasium. At the very end of it, there is that closing motion. Closing motion doesn't stop the cup, nor does the closing motion allow you to put your weight in the cup. See what, you're really cutting all the way there. Okay? The balance goes back to the center, and things flow. And you can call that flow extension of your key, or for me, it's kind of like finding that vibrational boom. There's the up and the down in harmony create a wave vibration, which I'm feeling here in a good day. Boom. So as I'm doing the cut, I'm also kind of balancing my own system out. Right? Okay. So, library, laboratory, gymnasium. Cliff, anything you might want to add or notice from that?
Just that I'm trying to balance the energy for the up with the energy for the down and see if I can do that. Because I think I'm still emphasizing the down too much.
Well, that's natural because we're out there. We should get a little bit more here. It's two forces. Okay. And you don't have to, but you may go if you feel like chiming in, please feel free to. Okay. And that motion, that and balance create the flow of energy going that way. It also, to some degree, takes you to now, when somebody grabs, we tend to react, but a system is going on. So, but begin to feel a little freer. The arm feels longer. Feeling a kind of well-being in my system. I can get better at the technique out there and still be kind of confused or angry or whatever it is. Calmer, more of a sense of interior peace, balance. Okay. So now, lately, what we've been kind of emphasizing is weight settles under. Relax as completely as you can. Relax completely. Your energies, which if this is too active, go in too many different directions, but they kind of start to organize, like in a stream of energy, or in a circle, or in a wave, or in a spiral. And right through all that is that center point, 2 inches below the navel, about 2 inches in. If you think about it, you negate it. I know about it. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a little better. Easy. I'm saying weight under. Relax as completely as you can. I extend energy, I extend ki. Your own energies start to organize. If you need an outflow or stream, you get it. You need a circle, you get it. You need a spiral, you get it. If you need a wave, you get it. And of course, what kind of ties it all together is that point. If I think about that point, I get too mental, but in the course of the point is there. It just exists as I experience the other three in a natural, easy place within my own system. Okay, and so what I thought we'd do is we started up with up, down, back to the center, boom. But you can go the other way. Settle the weight is underside. Relax as completely as possible. Energy starts to organize. You get the up, down, back to the center, wave, spiral, circle, whatever you want to call it. Boom. So, starts with that. The first two you don't see. Weight settles under. Holding too tight, too loose, too sloppy. Let go, clear, weight under. Relax as completely as you can. The energies start to organize. The up, down starts to become a wave. And as I'm that point there, so if I'm thinking about that point, I get a little too mental with it, or I lock in and I try to force the action out there, right there. Okay, so the point's kind of like command central, but I find that that's also kind of difficult. When I start to think about it, I know about it, I try to make things happen out there. Easy. Weight settles under. Relax completely as possible. Weight under is for the body, the mind. Energies start to organize. Call that extend key, but energies organize for whatever you're doing. And this kind of ties them all together. Okay. In the event you don't have a Bokken, got something to swing. Okay. Walking stick, it works. It takes you a second or two to tune into the wavelength of what you're holding. Boom. Balance on this. For example, here, boom. The wave gets bigger out there. Okay, not quite so much. Boom. Well, okay. Or if you don't have that, maybe you have an umbrella. Okay. So, now the other one. There you go. And then there's a cut out. And now there's a tendency trying to do that one because it's out there, but weight settles under. Clear, open, relax completely. There are other words. Relax completely is good, but clear, open. Then yeah, good. Your energies, your ki start to kind of organize. So it flows. And there's this. So right about here. It's the different, this thing cut. This is harder because in some sense you get caught up in what's out there. See the whole room. Cut that I do the most is sound. It's easier for me to get the weight underside, the flow, the organization of the images. But I work on this one too. Okay. Okay. So that was, for example, we just started out a certain way. Then I started kind of with the down, the weight under for that one. Same cut, different approach. I mean, if you keep running the same experiment in the laboratory, and getting the same results or non-results. You may understand something in a very, very limited angle. Experiment, there's nothing that's right or wrong. It's just you find something. Oh, okay, all right. Opens things up. Mind says, let's devise something, go to the laboratory. Some physical body, you're kind of creating an experiment. You get an answer for that particular. Okay. Cliff, anything you might want to add? Or?
Just that, I mean, it's a different vibe doing the other kind of cut. And so I was trying to focus on the internal, weight underside and one point and that sort of thing. That's all.
Yeah. Well, in a way, if you're just in the gym, okay, you're gonna get some exercise, obviously. There will be some development on that level. But maybe you spend time in the library. And then you also, laboratories kind of in between the library and the gymnasium. It's like, right. Einstein, if he just stayed in the gymnasium, let's say, we'd all be just studying Newton's physics. But he began to notice certain things. Boy, this doesn't add up. Newton's stuff doesn't add up when you stretch distances like that big. I know speed of light doesn't change, so something else is changing. So what is it? It's time. Ooh, okay. So he had to go here, but then again, his laboratory was his imagination. He sat and he created the relativity theory, which we're still proving to be correct. Okay. He wasn't somebody who went to the gym and worked out, but he had his own gymnasium. It was more mind imagination. Okay. Let's see. Anything with that one? That's good practice. Because one is very simple, but the actual doing of it focus on the right things. Some experimentation, which includes body movement for us. And then there's the gymnasium time. If you put the gymnasium time in without that or that, then you tend to get kind of thick and heavy. And if you swing enough times incorrectly, you kind of wreck your elbows and shoulders. Why? Because I've done it. Okay, yes. Proof positive. What I had to do is just relax, let the system heal, approach it a different way. Okay? Good. Well, so we go here, get a full body image. The ideal thing, right there, there's theory, there's sort of experiential experimentation, and there's practice. You need all three. If all you do is go and pick this up every day and swing it, you might as well go to a gym. Okay. Boom. All those things, the three of them converge and boom, the moment. All of that becomes that. And all that, boom, goes to a one-pointed focus. Is this meditation? Not really. Okay. Put this here for now. You know, in more ancient times, for me, I used to say, I'm going to cut this many times, you know. There's a time when I used to do about 3,000 a day. Okay, that's pretty unreal. It takes you to kind of, sometimes you call them altered state, which is both good and not. Okay. These days, when I cut. And there's certain things I check, like the weight underside is relaxed as completely as possible. Energies coming together, organizing, so there's a flow, or old term, extend your key. And there's that point there that ties them all together. All right. So when I swing, I swing every day. Okay. How much I swing, it varies day by day. But weight underside. I need to feel my feet on the ground. Relax completely. It starts out with the body, like, for example, jaw, facial muscles, forehead. It's a lot of what we carry. Intention is really around thoughts. So if I relax completely, the mind starts to clear or open. And energy sometimes get overwhelmed like a storm, but you're the calm center. If what was out there flows, sometimes it flows like a river, sometimes it flows like a circle, sometimes it flows like a spiral, sometimes it flows like a wave. So I kind of keep, extend key is a good word, but I use other words. Energy can't flow unless it organizes. If I establish the weight under, to some degree, the body, relax completely the mind, I get enough balance where my energies start to be able to focus and flow as opposed to and over a period of time, or whatever it is, there's that point. Okay. Any questions before we move on?
Not at this time, Sensei.